everybody. My name is Anshul, and I'm here to talk about what is Chat GPT and how can you use Chat GPT, but I will not be talking about the underlying technology or history that's behind Chat GPT. And before we begin, I just want to remind you, you can pause or rewind the video at any time to see something again. And remember that this video was made in April 2023, and it might not be current for that much longer, given how fast the technology we're talking about is changing. So the first thing you should do to open Chat GPT is to go to chat.openai.com in your web browser. And then you'll see a window like this where you can either log in if you already have an account, or you can sign up if you don't already have an account. When you click on the sign up button, you will see this page and you can follow the instructions to create an account. And now I'm back at the main page and I'll click on login because I already have an account. And then I'll enter my credentials here. And once I've done that, I get taken to this screen reminding me that ChatGPT is still in free research preview mode. And then when I click next, we see this reminder about how ChatGPT collects data. And finally, this window that can feel free to pause the video and read. And now finally, we've reached the main window of ChatGPT, which is structured similar to an online chat application or text message application that you might have seen or used before. And on the left, you can see a chat history of conversations you've had before with ChatGPT. And on the right side is a big chat window, which is what we're going to use now. So what I've done here is I've entered a prompt into the chat text box at the bottom, and I'm going to hit enter. And now the computer is going to respond. So imagine that you're the instructor of a course about medical simulation, and you've asked your students to write a discussion post on the online course website explaining medical simulation and its importance. Well, your student could go to chat.openai.com and enter the prompt into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT could write a response for them like this, and they could submit this to you instead of writing it themselves. So that's one example of something ChatGPT can do very quickly and efficiently. And now what I've done is I put another prompt into ChatGPT saying that I'm going to run a medical simulation, and I want the computer to give me the scenario that I'm going to give to the participants as a pre-brief to participating in the simulated session. So what I did is I clicked on new chat up here, and then I typed this prompt into the prompt box. And then this is what the computer wrote for me. And if I want, I can also ask the computer to modify the prompt. So here in the bottom, I just typed, please modify the prompt so it's about a female patient instead of a male patient as it was initially written about. And now ChatGPT will rewrite the scenario, but as you can see where my mouse is, it's now about a female patient. So ChatGPT allows you to have dialogue back and forth with it, and you can give it prompts or suggestions, and it'll change what it's giving back to you. So remember, you can pause this video to read or look at anything on the screen or rewind. Now I'm going to click on new chat in the top left where my mouse is. So I did that. Now I'm going to demonstrate how you can have a dialogue with ChatGPT. So I'm going to write, I'm bored. What should I do today? I'm just going to send it. Let's see what the computer comes up with. So the computer just finished up a list here of 7 items. But now I can reply to the computer, I just remembered I forgot to tell you I'm on a vacation right now. What could I do on my vacation? And now it'll modify its answer. I'm just going to scroll down so you see that. And here it goes. It's typing a new list. So here it's still going now. It's up to item 7. And I'm going to ask it as a follow-up to number 3 that it suggested about doing a water activity. I'm going to say, what are the benefits of doing water activities? And now it's going to answer me. All right, and it just completed its list of 6 reasons why water activities could be beneficial. What I'm going to do next is go back to an academic example. So I'm going to click on New Chat, and I'm going to ask Chat GPT to write me a literature review. And there's the prompt. I'm going to ask for it to tell me about medical simulation advances from the last 10 years. And we'll see that it's going to start typing for me in a moment. Here it goes. All right, so it's still typing, but I'm going to stop it. I'm going to click stop generating right here because I want it to actually give me citations the way we would in an academic literature review. Okay, so I've put in this follow-up prompt that I wanted to limit to 300 words, and I wanted to include at least 7 citations of peer-reviewed academic literature, and here it goes. All right, and you can see that it wrote the entire lit review for me. It included citations like the one I'm highlighting here, so you can pause the video and read that if you would like as I scroll back to the bottom. And then it's even giving me a reference list. I didn't think it would, so I had prepared this prompt here that I'm highlighting, asking for the reference list, but it gave it to me already. All right, but now I've decided I want DOIs included, DOI links included in the reference list, which you can see it did not include in the reference list. So I've put in this prompt, please reprint the reference list, including DOIs. So now let's see what it does. Here it goes again. It's printing the reference list again. And at the end of each reference, we see a DOI link, and I can actually even click on it. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll follow up a little bit about one of these citations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this title right here, and then I'm going to go into Google Scholar, which I've loaded up in a new tab in my web browser. And here in Google Scholar, I'm going to paste the title. I'll put it in quotation marks since that's the exact title. Oh, but we find that it can't find that article. Okay, let me try again to find that article. Let me just click on the DOI link. That should take me to the article, right? Oh, but it turns out it doesn't do that. And so what we demonstrated here is that while Chat GPT can write us this very nice looking literature review with citations that you saw here, Chat GPT in its current form suffers from a problem called hallucination, which is that it will invent the sources as well as the main text of what it's writing. So maybe not all, but probably most of these sources are fake. Or if we click on this first one, which I did behind the scenes, but I'm not going to demonstrate in the video, there is an article written by some of these co-authors, but the year is different. And the DOI link, which I can demonstrate for you, takes us to a different research article. So Chat GPT must have just cobbled this information together and given us what looks like a plausible bibliographic reference here, but it's actually a bunch of fake references. All right, and now what I've done is I've switched over to a blank spreadsheet. This is in Google Sheets, but of course you could also do this in Microsoft Excel or a different spreadsheet software. And what I want to demonstrate here is that Chat GPT is very accessible through the website that I just demonstrated, and you can interact with it in a familiar chat-like fashion, the way we just looked at together. But another very important application of Chat GPT and the underlying technology is that you're going to be able to use Chat GPT from other software on your computer. So for example, in Excel or in a Google Sheets spreadsheet, right, we can do things like we can call functions, right? So I can say, okay, give me the function, give me the sum of cells A1 and B1. And I just did that with the sum function, as you saw me demonstrate, and it tells me that the sum is 3, right? Now, if I change this to a 5, it sums them together into a 7 automatically. So the same way that we just did this and we called together, called the sum function to add together these two numbers, you can call Chat GPT. So imagine typing Chat GPT here and then giving the computer some kind of command. So that's not the exact way that you do it in Google Sheets or in Excel, but that type of functionality is already available. And if you just do a quick Google search, like I just did, for how to use Chat GPT in Google Sheets or in Microsoft Excel, you will find a whole bunch of resources here, including videos demonstrating how you can do it. And then Chat GPT will actually intelligently give you responses to more complicated data or information that you might want to input into the computer. It'll send it over to the OpenAI servers for processing, and then it'll give it back to you in a response, and it'll put it right here into your sheet for you. So that's actually demonstrating that is beyond the scope of this video, but I just wanted to point out that these types of functionalities are already available and under heavy development, and you can find them easily by just searching for them online. All right, so that concludes everything I wanted to demonstrate in this video today. Thank you for your time in watching, and I hope you enjoy trying out the functionality that ChatGPT and similar technologies have to offer.